There are many resources to find death information through military records. This video will show you a few of these sources. There are thousands of veterans buried in cemeteries dedicated to those who have served our country. Many others have been buried in other cemeteries, but are honored with a military marking showing that they have served in our country. Okay, I want to go to show you a few things on military records and finding deaths. I found this page, the National Cemetery Administration, and if you're looking for a cemetery, a veterans cemetery, you can go here and find a cemetery, and you can click on one of these states, or you can come down here. I'm going to click on Nevada. There are two. This one is in the Northern Nevada Veterans Memorial Cemetery in Fernley, Nevada. And then this one, the Southern Nevada Veterans Memorial Cemetery in Boulder City, Nevada. My father happens to be buried in this one. And so I want to show you here. It tells you a little bit about the cemetery. It gives you the location of the cemetery. So there are quite a few cemeteries in the United States for veterans. Let's go back and let's look in Texas. Let's see how many we have here. So we have these orange ones. Let's see what the blue one is. Sam Houston National Cemetery and Fort Bliss National Cemetery. I'm not sure what the difference is between the blue and, let's see. These are for, say, veterans, and these are other types of military cemeteries. So I'm learning something along with this with you. Okay, but I wanted to show you Grave Finder. So I've already pulled that up, and I had kind of fun with this. So this is the last name. You have to have that. So I'm going to put in my father's name and search, and it came up with, it tells his rank, the war that he served in, date of birth, death, the section, and I can view it on the map, and then there is that Southern Nevada Veterans Memorial Cemetery, and again the address and a phone number, so if you had a question. So I thought, oh, this is really fun as I found this, and I'm going to type in so many people are buried in the Veterans Cemetery, but many military people are not buried in a cemetery, a veterans cemetery. So I have a relative, Kephart, and his name was Adam, and I thought, I wonder if I can find him, because he is not buried in a veterans cemetery. And sure enough, he comes up, Adam Kephart, Continental Line Revolutionary War, gives the birth dates and the cemetery and where it's at in Clearfield. So I'm going to show you my father's first. I should have probably done that before I showed you Adam Kephart, but so here's my father's. Find a grave, and it is in that cemetery, and then it gives a little history on my father. And we see here, it tells the information there about his service in the military. Now let's go to Adam Kephart. He shows up right here, and I have two different pictures. This one was the original stone, and then this was added later on. And I wanted to show here, so there's markers showing his military service, and then it tells on here what service he had. So I hope you'll use that if you think that you have a relative that might have served in the military. If you happen to have a relative that served in the military and he doesn't show up in the database, you can contact the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs and register that person showing that he served in the military. Of course, you can't just say he did. You have to have some kind of proof and tell what service he was in. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed that as much as I have. I will be using this quite a bit since I just found this looking up information on this. I was actually trying to get ready for this video and typed in something and this came up, and I thought, oh, this is really fun. I've never seen this before, so I hope you enjoy it. My fifth great-grandfather, Thomas Watts, served in the Civil War in the 32nd Illinois Infantry. He received a pension for his service. I've been searching for many years to find out when and where he died. I finally got his death information from his military records that I ordered from the National Archives. From the record, I found that his pension was dropped because of his death, which was listed as the 4th of February 1910 in Davenport, Oklahoma. I have one more thing I want to show you with military records and how to find military records on Family Search. So if I go to Search, Records, I can just type in military, and I find in the different states there's different military records. Here's Colorado military discharge records, Connecticut military census questionnaires. So you could go to the different state or the state that you're looking for and see what military records they have. But I wanted to do this is revolutionary. So I'm doing this specific Revolutionary War, and there's different records here. Let's kind of go through these. So again, we have some of the states, and then a United States War compiled service records, war pension and bounty land warrant applications, war pension payments. So pension payment means that they maybe one of the wives have applied, and that means the husband died and she applied for pension through her husband, so you may find a death there. Here's the war rolls. You're probably not going to find, on a war roll you're not going to find a death. It's going to be in these pension records. Okay, I went through and I found, trying to see which one it is. This one right here, the United States Revolutionary War Pension Payment Ledgers. I clicked on that, and I'm just going to drag it over here what I found. So this is women who have applied for pensions because their husband has passed away. And on here I have this Louisa Glover, and her husband is Finley. And I think I have that. Yep, here we go. So let's look at this. Here's Finley Glover. He died in 1846, and Louisa, she applied for his pension. So let me see if I can make it a little bit bigger. It says that he was a private, and I believe the pension was, they started at $3.50. And it started September 4th, 1851. So he died in 1846, and she lived to 1910. So she collected a pension for many years on that. So this is some of those types of records that you can find. Now this one's kind of interesting. Stephen Payne, deceased children of. So his children received a pension for him in 1849. And I don't know why children did, unless they were young or maybe had some kind of health issue that they were able to receive a pension for their father. Anyways, this is really fun to look through some of these, and again, these are indexed, so if you can't read this, you can look down here. Let's kind of go to the top of this, and you can work your way down. Barbara Barnes, the event date, and it tells the spouse, or in that one case was Stephen Payne. Let's see if we can find Stephen Payne. Don't want this to go too long. I have one more that I want to show you. Okay. Oh, it looks like it's in alphabetical order. So there's Perry, Payne. Okay, see if I can find it. over. Well, I don't see Stephen Payne on here. Oh, there it is right there, Stephen Payne. And it has his name there, but not his children. Anyways, search these different records. I wanted to show you one other one that I had found. Let me bring it over here. So this was the Revolutionary War rolls, 1775 to 1783. Now this does not give death information, but it has George Kephart serving in the Revolutionary War from 1775 to 1783. And I was really excited because I have my great-grandfather, and I went and looked him up. Oh, and I don't have that here. Let me see if I can find it really quick. Because I thought, well, maybe. No, I don't. It's not on my recents. Okay. Let me find it. This is how I go and find somebody. I go to my tree. I can find him pretty fast. There he is, George Kephart. So I clicked on him, and I saw that he was born 1783, and I thought, well, he certainly didn't serve in the military. That record was this Revolutionary War record. Oh, okay, where did it go? Did I mess up? There it is, right there. To 1783, and he was born in 1783. But then I noticed his father is Nicholas G. Kephart. I am wondering if that G stands for George, because Nicholas did serve in the Revolutionary War. So let me go back to this record again. Wrong one. Here we go. Just looking at this, there's a Jacob Klein, and in Clearfield, Pennsylvania, where my Kepharts were from, Klein was a big name. And I saw some other name on here. Anyways, I was looking through here. There was names, last names that I recognized that were familiar with that area. Now, whether this was, I'd have to look at this record a little bit more. It just says Pennsylvania, United States Private. I don't know what area it was in. I have to look up the history of Pennsylvania and where my Nicholas came from. So many of the people that served together may have moved to Clearfield together, and that's why some of those names look familiar, but I may have found a record for George's other Nicholas, my great-great-grandfather. Anyways, I'm hoping that this helps you find some death records in the military, and there's a lot of other things you can find from these military records, but oftentimes we can find a death for the somebody we're looking for through these military records. Thanks for watching. Fold3 is one of the best websites to find military records. They do provide a 7-day free trial to see if the site is beneficial to you. You can also call libraries in your area and see if any of them carry a library subscription to Fold3. Usually with a library subscription, you must have a library card with the library and physically go to the library to look through the records. Many libraries will allow you to get a text share card to obtain a library card from libraries which you do not live in the same city. Happy hunting!